tender management trends right now that we are seeing as predominant, I guess could be summarized into saying it is going beyond the fact of getting a proposal to a customer. Companies are starting to look at tendering as a holistic life cycle where you have to optimize what you do up front to enable you to win, maximize deal size, and so forth. And it also has a very significant post-tender win cycle of optimizing revenue and profit over the lifetime of a tender.
In terms of general trends we're seeing in the tender market, I think there's three things again I can refer to. Number one, we're seeing an increase of both public national tenders as well as local and regional tenders. So both being different in volume as well as the different types of requirements of these tenders. So that's, I think, we're seeing an increase of the volume of such tendering requirements. Number two, we're seeing a lot more governments coordinating the different tendering activities across borders. So this is becoming now very quickly not just a country-specific issue, but a regional and actually pan-European issue. So I think that's the other thing is really influencing of the governments with each other, driving some of these requirements. I think number three is there is no more distinction between public offers, public tenders, and private and simple offers on the private side. I think we're seeing a convergence of both public and private tendering in such a way that companies cannot no longer distinguish the two and treat them separately.
The other trend we see, I think that is very important across the industry, that more and more companies are becoming very aware that tendering and winning a tender is really a license to be able to sell. It is not a guarantee for volumes, for revenues during the tender life cycle, nor is it guarantee for specific profit levels during the life cycle. So we see companies actually going on a journey to improve the way they track, the way they measure, and the way they focus their efforts around maximizing revenue and profitability over the lifetime of tendering.
Well, I would say that there are areas where there's an awful lot more investigation required. So I think that in the first part of the tendering cycle, so thinking about how you shape the deal, it's probably an area where we could have even more success. And I think that trying to anticipate, give good visibility to the sales and marketing organizations of likely upcoming tenders based on expiry dates of existing ones, being able to help craft what might be the ways that we could influence those tenders effectively, so that we're ready for the actual administration of it to kick off and get it smoothly running.
In medical technology, I think we see a very significant acceleration of the usage of tendering. Again, driven by the procurement sophistication that many organizations on the buying side are putting in place. This is another, I think, very important example where companies operating in this industry are realizing that there are a significant opportunity for them in terms of improving the revenues that they can achieve from their tender business, but also the ongoing profitability of that tender business.
On the flip side, post the sort of close of the tender, I think there's an awful lot we could do to gather more of the win-loss data. It was a real eye-opener to me to hear about the efforts that people put into capturing the competitive data that you can from opening the envelope, which isn't something that I think we focus enough on. And also thinking about the costs of actually servicing some of these tenders.
Years ago, when we got involved in the European market and with our customers in Europe, we quickly realized as we talked to them that tendering really was a way of conducting business in Europe in both public and private life. And again, through our conversations and dialogue, we actually realized that this is something that has to be a critical portion of our solution offering in Europe. And so we quickly moved to integrate tendering capabilities into our offering and then work with our customers to really deploy both at a country and a pan-European level the tendering capabilities integrated with a backbone of the revenue management systems that they had so that they can maximize the value on their both business as well as on their bottom line.